Well, for 45 years, I've developed models that are based on the expertise of human beings. That means rather than studying what's wrong with people, I've been studying what works. Instead of studying how people got phobias, I studied people who had gotten over fears and difficulties and developed procedures which have become named neuro-linguistic programming. This runs a wide gamut of things. I've worked with everything as been a business consultant to major corporations. I've worked in R&D companies on scientific projects. I've worked with athletes to help them to become better at what they've done, Olympic swimmers, all kinds of things. And what an NLP practitioner course offers you is the techniques to begin to think on purpose. Because most people think they can't do things and think they're going to have troubles, and they either feel depressed, or even businessmen who are very successful get stuck in the same ways over and over again. My job is to come in and to optimize their thinking so that they become more successful. And in the trainings, we teach other people how to do that. Well, the mentorship program is an entirely different thing. Again, it's limited to a small number of people. It's going to be 20 people, but for quite some time, people have been asking me to do the apprenticeship program I used to do. But the apprenticeship program required that people traveled with me all the time, all year long. And I don't do as much as I used to. And it was quite expensive, and everybody had to take all their time off and do it. And that's not really what people have been asking for. The people that are asking me are people that are really asking for access to me. So since I go to London twice a year, I decided to take a couple of extra days each time and sit down and spend that with some special people. And that at least once a month to have a group conversation, and that they'd have the ability, if they needed my advice, to talk to me on the phone for a certain amount of time. And over the course of a year, that I'd set up a private number they could call, and I would call them back when I wasn't standing on a stage or working with a client. Because very often a businessman, everything is going fine, and then there's a moment where they need help. And sometimes catching things at the right time in the right place. And I thought we would end it up perhaps by bringing everybody to Texas, where I live in the last couple of days. But over the course of a year, it provides people constant contact and constant advice in one form or another. Some of it face by face, some of it on the telephone, some of it maybe by Skype on the video phone. When I go into London and I'm going to teach there, see, not only are the people going to have access to all the workshops except the personal enhancement workshop. So if they want to go through, spend the time to go through a practitioner or a master practitioner, or if I do a 2-day thing with Paul on hypnosis, they're going to have the ability to go to any of those workshops. We're also going to spend 2 days where there'll be just the 20 of us, and we're going to sit down, and as the challenges that face those 20 people come up, and I deal with them, it's going to help everybody, because these are going to be people who are successful and facing very similar challenges, and everybody's going to want to be more motivated, and everybody's going to want to make better decisions, and the kinds of difficulties they have are going to be things that they share because of the kinds of lives that they have. And so during those 2 days, they're going to have very specialized attention. As to terms of what it will be, that's going to be determined by the times. As we know, everything goes on in the world changes a lot, and people's concerns change a lot. And this is about being responsive to the needs of people and giving them access. And while they'll have the ability to go to a practitioner, they'll also have the direct contact with me, so that we'll be in a small group talking with each other. It'll be a lot more like the master class, where we've brought executives together and we spend a day and they all ask questions about the things that concern them as executives. But this is going to be people, who are high performance people. And high performance people share a lot of the same difficulties, both in their business life and a lot of them in their personal lives. So it'll give people a chance to so to speak, interact with people who have the same shared goal in life, which is to succeed as fast and as much as possible.